Today's news. 4th anniversary of Fatulayev's arrest. Arrested rights defender's family threatened. Bakhtiar Hajiev's trial scheduled for tomorrow. Supreme Court rejects CEMDE's appeal. Forum on property rights violations. Implementation of project on social problems of military servicemen launched.
The family of human rights defender Vidadi Iskenderov has been facing increasing harassment since his arrest at the April 17 rally, his family members told a press conference at the Arifes Press Center today. Iskenderov was sentenced to 15 days in jail. Iskenderov's spouse and brother expressed concern over his situation. They said that Iskenderov might be charged with false accusations. Vidadi's brother Oktay Iskenderov said that their appeals to law enforcement agencies regarding the threats to their family have been ignored. We are looking forward to receiving help from foreign embassies and international organizations, Oktay Iskenderov stressed. Vidadi's spouse, Kemal Iskenderov, said that she has been followed. She demands an end to this arbitrariness. Vidadi Iskenderov was earlier employed at the prosecutor's office. However, he was dismissed for his criticism of the leadership, after which he began to operate as a human rights defender. He unveiled election fraud facts in Göcay region, where he ran for parliamentary elections of 2010. Iskenderov defended the rights of citizens cheated by Gen LLC, relatives of Elvin Askarov, who was beaten to death by police, and the drivers who were beaten by the employees of the Ministry of Transport. Iskenderov was detained during the monitoring of the April 2 opposition rally and sentenced to 8 days in jail. On April 17, at another opposition rally, he was detained again and sentenced to 15 days in jail. Iskenderov is suffering from diabetes.
The Nizami District Court in the northern city of Ganja has postponed the criminal trial of youth activist Bakhtiar Hajiev, who is being charged with evading military service, Hajiev's attorney Elchin Namazov told Objective TV. According to Namazov, the reason for the postponement is that the defense did not participate in the hearing. Yesterday, the process was scheduled for today. We said that we are preparing several documents and motions. After yesterday's hearing, we discussed the issue with the judge, and the hearing has been rescheduled for April 21st at 10 a.m., added the lawyer. The criminal case against Hajiev was opened at the end of January. At that time, he signed a commitment not to leave Ganja. At the end of February, his pre-trial detention was replaced with release under police bail. On March the 4th, Hajiev was sentenced to 1 month's pre-trial detention. It is widely thought that he was arrested for his activity on social networking sites and his support of the March 11th Great People's Day campaign in Azerbaijan. Today, the Supreme Court heard the annulment complaint against the decision issued by the Appellate Court on December 3, 2010 on the lawsuit of the Centre of Election Monitoring and Democracy Education against the Justice Ministry regarding its refusal to register the organisation. Judge Islam Aliyev presided over the hearing. Plaintiff Bashir Suleymanli and lawyer Sarek Bagirov took part in the hearing, but there was no one representing the Justice Ministry there. The Supreme Court decided not to fulfil the annulment complaint and upheld the Appeals Court's 3rd of December decision. The Centre for Election Monitoring and Democracy Education chairman Anar Mamadli and the organisation's founder Bashir Suleymanli appealed to the Justice Ministry for registration on the 26th of January 2009. However, the Justice Ministry said that there were various problems with the organisation's documents and refused to register them. Then the Centre for Election Monitoring and Democracy Education appealed to the Yasamal District Court. On September 2, 2009, the decision was issued not to fulfil the lawsuit. On December 17, 2009, the Appellate Court upheld the decision of the Yasamal District Court. Then the organisation appealed to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court issued a decision to send the case to the Appellate Court for reconsideration on the 13th of August 2010. On the 3rd of December 2010, the Appellate Court issued a decision not to grant the lawsuit. The plaintiffs filed an annulment complaint against this decision. A public forum on gross violations of property rights and corruption was held today in the Landmark Business Centre. In attendance were the Assistance to Free Economy Public Union, the Institute for Peace and Democracy, the headquarters of Kur Civil Society, Oilman Rights and Protection Organization, and lawyer Fuad Agiev. According to Agiev, who has represented the interests of citizens on dozens of lawsuits against the executive power of Baku, in cases where government officials are directly involved, the property owners have no hope of winning their appeals. Lawyer Aslan Ismailov mentioned the case of citizen Rufat Dadiev, who was evicted from his house on Nizami Street under the directive of State Advisor on the Economy Ali Asadov. The lawyers called upon citizens to continue to defend their own property, even if the courts are supporting officials, and to pursue matters to the very end, even to the European Court of Human Rights. The forum participants issued a statement calling on the government to respect the constitutional rights of citizens, to put an end to all actions contrary to civil and housing codes, to stop making arrests of house owners without good reason, and to bring to justice officials who have violated the laws. The forum was held with the support of the Foundation for Democracy USA and the Open Society Institute Assistance Foundation.
Today, April 20, the Doctrine Military Research Center held a press conference on the launch of the project titled Proposals to Legislation to Strengthen Social Welfare of Military Servicemen. Project head Jasur Smarinli said that they won the Council of State Support to NGOs competition. He said that 6,000 Azeri manats was allocated for the 6-month project. Smarinli said that more than 3 billion Azeri manats from the state budget was allocated for the defense sector. However, this was not enough for solving the social problems of the soldiers. Proposals to the legislation intend to cover not only military servicemen, also the category of martyrs, their families and veterans. It was considered important to study the legislation of NATO and Russia on this sector and then to suggest proposals to legislation within the framework of the project. Proposals on the burial of martyrs were shown in the project as well. Smarinli said that the state allocates 30 Azeri manats for burial of each martyr. The head of the project said that the project will be carried out in 2 phases. In the first phase, Azerbaijani and foreign legislation will be studied to prepare proposals and the discussion roundtable will be held. In the second phase, the proposals to legislation will be prepared, discussed and submitted to Parliament.